Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Greg Gomez III, founder, CEO, and author of the best-selling MLM business, Blueprint.com. And I wanted to shoot a real quick video for you because, I was pretty surprised when I sent out my advertisement or the blog post, the notification for the blog post we did on the Oprah thing. We actually got several people that emailed back in, unsubscribing, angry over the fact that I had the audacity to talk about Oprah. And it's actually an interesting point because it's one of the things that I'm going to teach you guys about in the video series, the webinar series that I'm going to do for my MLM business Blueprint owners, and I wanted to give you one last chance to be able to participate in that because this is the kind of thing that will really inspire you to be able to polarize your list and to create raving lunatic fans of your messaging as well as your offers and be able to position you as a further expert and a go-to person in your marketplace, to have people coming to you, signing up faster, interested in your products or services, your opportunity, and obviously ultimately giving you more recruits to be able to add to your downline in a much shorter time frame. So today's video is real quick. I just wanted to outline for you exactly some of the material we're going to be covering as on the webinar itself. So I was actually going through and putting together some of the loose ideas on some of the material we're going to be covering. And I love teaching these types of audios and webinars, actually, I should say, because it forces me to get really clear not only on what we do, but also identify why a lot of these things work. And it always makes my next campaigns that we put out much stronger because it teaches me just as much as I'm teaching you guys on the material. So I want to thank you for participating. If you're going to be there, I'm excited to see you there. If you're not, well, then this short video is going to outline for you a few of the points that and reasons why you should be there, so you can identify and understand how this is going to benefit you in your primary business. Okay, so on with the show. So three main categories we're going to be covering. The first, of course, is the underdog, how to tell your personal story of strife and challenge to be able to find folks that are going to relate to you, root for you, and more importantly, get signed up in your business. We're also going to be talking about relevant content. Where do you find it? How do you identify it? And ideally, what really makes up relevant content? Who decides what's relevant and what isn't? And the next point is one that we're going to be demonstrating here today, is challenging your audience with controversial and opposing views. This is something that's very important because it gives a lot of insights as to what's going on in the marketplace, where the mindsets are, what the thought processes are of your audience, and it gives you a more intimate view of what they're thinking and what they're feeling and how they react to certain situations. Case in point, this Oprah controversy that we have going on right here. Pretty interesting stuff. But let's start at the top. We're basically going to go over a few of the things we're going to be covering here for you. And in the underdog, tell your personal story portion of this, we're going to cover three important things here. We're going to cover the different themes that you can be implementing as far as telling your story. Now, if you know anything about great movies, great storytelling, great even comedians, I love comedians. I love listening to premises and story setups by comedians. It's one of my favorite places to get themes and premises for platforms for telling stories. And if you look back to the oldest time or the oldest storytellers, the oldest way we used to pass on our traditional teachings and trainings, before the written language, it was mostly handed down by storytelling. So storytelling is an important part of human nature. It's something you have to be tuned into and be effective with in order to not only compel your audience to listen and give you an ear, but in addition to that, inspire them to take action. And there's several proven themes that have happened over the course of humanity's lifetime that have time and time again proven to be winners, and we're going to talk about those themes, the main ones you should be following as far as what you should be structuring, how you should be doing your storytelling in order to maximize its impact, to engage your audience and ultimately get them to listen to you. In addition to that, we're going to talk about your story structure. There is a specific way to tell a story. It's not just, if you want to tell a joke, there is a specific structure to a joke. Obviously the punchline comes at the end. We've kind of know that. If you want to write a movie, there are certain ways to not only get your audience in, but in addition to that, ingrain them to the storyline, care about your characters, and at the end, have Oscars handed out and awards like that because if it's structured properly. And same rules apply when you're quote-unquote selling or marketing. There's a certain structure that your stories have to have. It has the beginning, a middle, and an end, but more importantly than that, it has to have some relevant pieces throughout the course of that process for folks to not only understand who you are, trust who you are, that you have the goods to be able to teach them what you're talking about and achieve the result they're looking for, be able to share with them exactly what the benefits are to them as a result of participating or listening to your story or participating in your next step, and exactly what they need to do in order to go out there and get advantage of or take a benefit from what it is you're offering. So the key point here is there's a very specific structure to your story that needs to be underlined and be able to not only entertain and keep them excited about what it is you're talking about, but ultimately get them to sign up and register in your business. We're going to talk about that story structure when we go through this underdog storytelling process. In addition to that, we're also going to be covering really one of the most important aspects that most folks overlook. This is really one of those most important elements that needs to be taught in our marketplace, but it's really not taught near as well as it should be. And that's really the answer to what's everybody's favorite radio station, WIIFM. And I've talked about this before, but really what this has to do, and this application has to do with storytelling, is how to craft what I call lead bait, or people coming in and offering their information, their contact information in exchange for what you have to offer, or even your sales offer. How to create those lead magnets, those offers that actually get people to convert and opt in. We'll be talking about that in depth, how to actually do that, which leads to how to research it, how to develop it, how to put it together so that you can actually craft a really compelling offer that folks will want to participate with you in your material. And that leads us to the next obvious step, which is obviously creating relevant content. You know, how do you create relevant content? One of the big questions of where do I find subject matters? How do I know this is something they want to learn? How do I understand, you know, that this is something that they're most interested in? And most importantly, how do I tie that relevant content? How do I give this free stuff out and be able to attract folks to me who actually want to join my business? So in this module, or in this course specifically, this section of the course, we're going to talk about some really killer stuff. How to find what your market wants to hear. So this will specifically show you how to find exactly what, not only what your market wants to hear, but most importantly, what the most controversial and which is going to lead to the next portion, but the most focused on subject matters that your marketplace absolutely needs to hear about in order to position you as an expert and obviously come to you and follow you as a respected advisor and trainer in that area. How to identify the hottest topics. You know, there are specific things that are out there, tells, if you will, like the stock market, that will tell you exactly which subject matters you should focus on and which ones you should avoid, which ones will get the most responses, and ultimately which ones will engage your prospect. And what we call in the copywriting world, entering the conversation already going on in the market's mind. You're not looking to convince them. You shouldn't be looking to convince them. You should be looking to naturally segue your prospect's mindset from where they are to what you have to offer in the least resistant path as possible. And remember, folks, it's not about convincing folks and forcing them to buy your products and services. It's about smoothly transitioning them from where they are to a mild 2 or 3 step process to what you have to offer for them in order to help them get the results they're looking for and fix challenges they may be experiencing in their lives. And just by picking the hot topics and understanding why those topics are important to your marketplace will help you do that in a very simple fashion. This is an important portion of what we're going to be talking about. How to find what your market wants in a solution, i.e. how to position your offer so that it sells. This is critically important. Guys, I say this over and over again. I want to really reiterate this. It's not about what you want to sell. It's not about people buying your products or services or signing up in your opportunity. They won't do that for your reasons. They have their own specific reasons why they will want to do that. Now, here's the magic part. You figure out why they want those results, and you can position your offer in such a way that they will be more likely to take it. I have some of the highest conversion rates in my offers in our industry, and the reason I'm able to do that is because I do this meticulously. I figure out what my market wants in a solution first. Then I structure my offers to deliver it just the way they want it. Why do I do that? So that it's less resistant. Again, path of least resistance is exactly the path they're going to take. And that's the reason why we actually structure our offers this way, and this is going to show you how to get that done. Exactly what to ask your market in order to sell them more stuff. So there's a series of questions that I ask our marketplace, whether you do this through surveys, conference calls, questions, polls, however it is you get this information from your prospects. This is a specific series of 6 or 7 questions we ask, depending on the situation, that clearly outlines exactly what my marketplace is looking for in a solution, and more importantly, how to be able to position our offers in order to get that done. This will give you some incredible insights as to what your marketplace has already tried, what's failed, why they didn't like it, and what they're looking for in a solution. And this gives you the inside scoop on what you need in order to position your offering so that you can get more folks to buy your stuff. This is a critical piece of the puzzle, absolutely, without doubt, one of the most important parts here, and I'm going to give it to you as part of this webinar. How to write killer copy that sells, and I'm going to show you how to do it with 2 keystroke commands. Literally, 2 keystroke commands. This is going to show you specifically how to write some of the best copy you'll ever write, whether you've written copy before or not. This is going to show you how to write the best, most compelling, relevant copy that your prospects are interested in without having to write a single word. Literally, it's pretty amazing. This is one of the easiest ways I've found to write copy, and it's just a matter of 2 keystroke commands, and I'm going to show you guys how to be able to do that on the webinar. And I'm also going to share with you the best way to deliver your messages. And this one I'm going to open up a little bit because I know this is this is a bigger portion a lot of folks have some questions about, really. And it really comes down to, you know, I have all this different medias to deliver my messages: blog posts, videos on YouTube, webinar, conference calls, Facebook posts, tweets, podcasts, PDF reports. I mean, all of this stuff. What do I do? How do I do it? When do I do it? You know, that's the most important question. It's not a question of whether or not you use this stuff. The question is when and how do you do it? How do you take one piece of content and repurpose it for all of these different mediums? We're going to talk about exactly how to do that. And really what we're talking about here is maximizing your reach with your message. Now that you have this really compelling message and it's relevant and your contacts and your prospects are really interested in it, how do you deliver this out to all of these people out there in the most effective manner possible so you can increase your reach? Now, one of the obvious big ways you're going to learn to do that, and we're going to talk about, is of course social media: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all this other stuff. But that really segues perfectly into the next material we're going to be covering on this call, which is all about how to challenge your audience, creating controversy and opposing views. Why this is so important, why this is so impactful in your business, is because it's going to allow you to position your messages for maximum viralness. All right, yes, that is my word. But this is an important piece of the puzzle because it gives you insights as to what makes human beings tick. You know, gossip magazines are all the rage right now, and they have been for years, and they will continue to be for years. Why? We all know they're smut, but they're gossip, and they get viral, and they're controversial, and they talk about crazy things that people want to know and chitter-chatter about, and all the hens clucking about it, myself included at times. I always say, boy, those things are below me. Those are so low intelligence. Oh, what's that? What did they say about Jackie Chan? Right? Little things like that get my interest, and they pull me in. So the key thing here is there are specific strategies and things you must do in order to increase the viralness of your messages and your messaging. I mean, one blog post we put up recently had over 50 comments on it in just a few days. That's pretty impressive for one blog post, and we haven't really driven traffic to it since. And we're, you know, if we ever need to increase our page rankings, or we want to increase that page rankings page rank, we just drive traffic back to it and start increasing the viralness. But that's not the big thing. The other thing that was there was we had a like button from Facebook, and we wound up getting that clicked and spread throughout the viralness of Facebook. And there are specific ways to do this. We're going to talk about how to get that done. Remember the word buzz? We're going to show you how to create buzz again about your messages, how to be able to get people talking about it, not just commenting or spreading it virally with clicking a like, but actually engaging in the conversation and talking about it. One of the things we did recently had our coaching program being talked about in some training, specific corporate trainings for network marketing companies, and I had people come back and tell me, hey, they were talking about you at this event. I'm like, cool, what were they saying? Was it good stuff? You know, who was it, so I can pay them a visit and punch them in the stomach for talking bad about me, right? No, it was good stuff. And the way that you create that buzz, get people talking about you, is creating this momentum. We're going to show you how to be able to do that as a result on this webinar series as well. And the final thing we're going to talk about is how to get your market engaging in the conversation, i.e. commenting on your blogs or Facebook posts, retweeting your stuff. This is important. There's a specific series of steps that need to be taken in order to get your prospects in the habit of commenting, sharing, blog posting, Facebook, commenting in your Facebook posts, retweeting your stuff. And there's a lot of things that you can do to certainly influence this, but this is really all about bringing things full circle. And let's go back to the top here. But as a result of these three elements, these three things working together, you literally are able to craft a compelling story, telling your own personal story that makes people root for you and want to be part of what you're doing, create relevant content that gets those folks to be able to come back over and over again and participate in your conversations, and then challenging your audience with controversial or opposing views in order to, you know, polarize your list. And one of the big things I'm all about is polarizing your list. If you have a list of people, no matter how small, 500, 5 people, 5,000, 50,000, 5 million people on your list, if that list doesn't care to, you know, respond or doesn't engage with you, they're worthless, quite frankly. So one of the things that we do is we really look to polarize our list, which means we piss some people off and we make other people love us as a result of talking what we're talking about. Case in point, this whole blog series of Oprah. You know, some people hate Oprah. I don't understand that. Okay, for religious reasons or whatever it is, I'm not going to go into the whole religious aspects here because that's your personal choice. Your relationship with your higher power is your relationship with your higher power. That's my opinion on the whole thing. But the bottom line is when somebody comes in here and they say Oprah's bad for these reasons, it really blows me away because I don't see it that way. What do you think about the whole Oprah controversy? I would love for you to comment below and let us know, you know, do you love Oprah? Do you hate Oprah? How do you feel about the whole thing? I don't know. I'm kind of oblivious to the whole thing because I don't really watch how people are reacting to her. I saw the whole meat thing she did not too long ago, and I knew that steak lovers hated her for a while, but other than that, I didn't realize she had that big of a problem. So comment below. I'd love to know what you think about that. Now, more importantly, and in addition to that, you know, there is still time to get in on this webinar series. As I mentioned before, we're going to be closing this out tonight at midnight. So if you want to participate, there's a button below this video. Just click on the link, or a link to the blog post where you can click on the button. All you have to do to get started and take advantage of the offer is simply click on this link right here that says the Oprah Effect. Click here, claim your coupon code, and again, the coupon code is Oprah. So if you don't click in the Oprah coupon code, you will not get the discount. Let me show you exactly what I mean right here. So your first name, last name, email, MLM company you're in right now, phone number, obviously, and then the coupon code, which is OPRAH. Click validate, and then you will see the coupon code for $25 pop through. Then you can fill in the rest of your information, and then just click add to cart, and that will go through from there, ladies and gentlemen. So that's basically it. Take action. Get your copy of the MLM Business Blueprint for a 30% discount. Get in for the webinar series. It's really a $47 value. We're going to give it to you as free, in addition to all of the other stuff that's on this page, and you can watch the video above to learn everything that's going on in this offer, as well as look at all the bonuses that are below, and you'll see all the details of exactly what it is you're receiving, plus the new offer that we're giving you guys here. And I welcome you inside the Blueprint, as well as the coaching call series. And we've got some other really cool stuff coming down the pipe that's going to be in addition to this, is super secret cool extra bonuses on top of this. You know, anybody who's been involved in my programs knows that I always look to way over deliver what it is we're giving you guys, and give you plenty of content to be able to help you in your businesses. So as always, this is Greg Gomez III, founder, CEO, MLM Business Blueprint, the best-selling author of the MLM Business Blueprint training course, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. And as always, take the information, even the highlights of what we've given you today should give you some insights as to improving your own performance, and I will give you a demonstration. Take action. Comment below. Let me know what you think of this whole Oprah fiasco that we caused here, and more importantly than that, let me know what your thoughts are on the information here. If there's any questions about the webinar series or things that haven't been answered for here, comment below, subscribe to the right, and as always, like above if the like button's up there. And I look forward to working with you real soon. This is Greg Gomez. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me, and I appreciate you for it. Take care, enjoy, and go do something. Go recruit, go close. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.